Welcome to the very latest edition of the Premier View Tipperary GAA podcast. Don't forget to give us a follow if you haven't done so already on Twitter. We are at Premier View Pod. On Facebook, our page is the Premier View Podcast, and on Instagram, where we are Premier View Podcast. We have up-to-the-minute news on all things Tip GAA across all our socials, plus the odd giveaway, so don't miss out. If you're a Spotify listener, don't forget to hit follow and also hit the bell so that you never miss a podcast episode.
Hello and welcome to the Premier View podcast episode number 118. It's county final review time at the Premier View Towers, and also we have a bonus edition of a preview of the upcoming county final replay between Kiladangan and Aherlow Grangemockler. But where else could we start? They were top of our power rankings all summer and they finally got the better of a 125-minute arm wrestle with Sars second team. So well done to Lorrha, the Premier Intermediate champions 2023. It was attritional stuff there on at the weekend, Sean. You're absolutely sickened, but Lorrha just pipped you at the post there by a point.
Yeah, Laurie would say we're the pretty better team. Quicker out of the blocks, scored the goals, but looking back, it's something you sick to lose by a point. It's just, it's sick to come from 7 down to lead by a point with 5 minutes to go, and then we didn't score the rest of the game. Then we usually we do finish strong in games to take our senior team and our senior B team. It's the last 10 minutes where we lead on, but we just couldn't get the equalising score. We tried everything. It was just not to be. We conceded 1-1 in the first minute and a half. Keane Hogan goal.
That was the difference.
Yeah, and Keane Hogan was lethal there, got 1-3. Bonner was a handful. He's a way of just winning the ball, winning rucks. He's clever. Like with 2 lads on times as well. But Bonner only got the goal, but what else he set up around that was phenomenal. Like he was, if you look out what he done, it's unreal, to be fair to him. But we kind of got to grips, and then the more the game went on, and we were kind of 7 down with about 20 minutes into the game. We just started tipping our points, do well, work the ball through the lines, take scores. Jack Lanigan was exceptional, even though he was literally carrying injury, and he, even at the end of the game, trying to freeze, he wasn't able, and he took him off there. Then we had to, along with losing Mike Cal as well, whose hamstring went. There was another pivotal force there during the game, but our lads gave everything. I stand on that bank there, we're 7 down, but like all the Star supporters knew, these teams will still have a chance, and by God, they gave us a chance. But the thing is, not scoring the goal, just couldn't get in for a goal.
That's it. Lorrha got 2.
Yeah, Lorrha got 2. They could add more. In fairness, Kevin Bracken played very well in goals. The start, second half was a blitz there of 5 or 10 minutes where the goal ball was bombarded towards the goals, and it hit everything barred net for time there. But Lorrha, they always felt they could get the extra score at the end, and they got a soft free. We won't talk about them. Then they got another win to score after that, then to go 1 up. That kind of held out. Mikey O'Brien came on, had a few chances, possible 65. What's to say it was, we don't know, but just absolutely sick. And to be honest, after I've yet to watch it back fully and see exactly the ins and outs, but that's a memory of it, I know.
Yeah, I thought even going to extra time there, I think it was Lorrha hit the post, just off the bar with about minute left. Here we go again, but Sars just couldn't manufacture that chance to draw a level this time round.
Yeah, and I would have been if I'm not confident, but I would like to get extra time, because I felt we maybe had another bust in us. Lorrha, many weeks in a row there going, like the 3rd or 4th week in a row, playing, the pitch was getting heavy. It was very soft afterwards. We were kind of springing lads back on. The feed time hour came on. We'd subs there. Mike Ross came on. We had legs, but we just couldn't get that winning score. Silent chance at the end to put it over. It's kind of, you have to go for it. Goes over your hero if you miss it. People are saying why to go for, but there's our ifs and buts. But to be fair, to get this far and that for their second team, but it's unreal for that team.
Coming down the stretch, the discipline off Lorrha as well was excellent. We did
yeah, Jack Lanning. The only one foul we got was a free in, even before that, and Jack hit wide. But other than that, and that free was only given because he could have given a free earlier, so that might have given. But even in the corner there, Lorrha didn't foul us for any chance. I noticed that, right? Mikey O'Brien had to turn back inside. They weren't letting him turn out. so his shots were from an angle of 13, 14 yards out, so it's difficult. But like Lord and the other end then create chances like that. It's scoring power all over the field, like Lord been doing all season. Like 40 on the frees. The one thing is they're okay in a short range frees, but long range frees again they missed a couple of them in the game as well, and is kind of same in the first game. But like McIntyre, Banner, who else is there? Two McIntyres, Brian and Owen, I think got 2 points each. Hogan got man rush.
Yeah, Brian Hogan coming back in from as well.
Yeah. But it's kind of hard to know where they play Brian Hogan at times. Like they're trying to play him wing back at start, and we put maybe it was a Harry on him, thinking Harry got a few scores off him early on and caused him off trouble because trying to make towards short puck was to him, so it's an awkward position. Where do you play him? If Bonner wasn't there, you would have really thrown him in maybe into the forward line. But with Bonner there,
Yeah, he nearly finished a corner back there for a finish.
Yeah,
where he couldn't get out of it, like, or whatever.
transition. But Lorrha did the seed after the game, their celebration, they were delighted. Our lads were sickened. It was
Exactly. And look, they go on to Munster now as well, so it'd be interesting to see how the Tipperary team's doing the tiered Munster competitions now, as as we kind of have redone our top 16, and it's the 17th best team in Tipperary, if you like, going forward to Munster rather than the intermediate winners, which might have been our 33rd team. See if over the medium term that makes a difference there. So very, very best of luck to Lorrha. As I said, they transformed themselves a bit. They were free scoring throughout the summer, and we, there's a podcast clip going around maybe of, I think it was my good self question whether they'd win it, or with the bit of a leaky defense. But Jesus, yeah, I was watching, like the replay, and even the county final as well. They really tightened up, and fair play to them. Like, definitely.
Yeah, don't think we had a shot and goals in the first half. Liam McCormick could clean through and pull down like it had to do. He would have done the same. You look hard, but on that, I can't remember any major shot. It kept us tight, kept us out. But then they helped us. We did score points getting the game, but these games, like goal, if we get goal in that second half, there we used, but we just couldn't get same as the first day as well. Like.
So Lorrha won't be playing Seamus O'Rian next year. Team that will be is Upperchurch, and you probably wouldn't have said that at the start of the year. They lost another very close relegation final to Brackens. So a bit of we'll come to the Brackens, the football final as well. So a bit of a mixed bag for Brackens over the last while, but they retained their senior status. They had to do this the hard way, Stephen. That man down for what was it, 40 minutes of the game.
Yeah, and thoroughly deserved now the win. Man down, they didn't just fluke the win. Dig it out. I loathe to use the word bottle, but Upperchurch butchered that game. They really butchered it. They had an extra man for the majority of the game, and they played right into J.K. Bracken's hands. They finished the first half kind of stronger and looked like, if they work the ball through the lines here, it could be a long afternoon for J.K. No, they had an extra man and they tried to rose out everything. If they pucked the ball short, the lad who received the ball tried to puck it as far as he could, and it suited backs want a war. They don't want to be running all over the field with a fella. They want a physical battle where it's just shoulder on shoulder, man on man, and they played into their hands. And then on the other end of the field, the movement of the JK lads, Linda Fairbrother and say his name for me. So sorry, I can't think of his name, but Ormond, yeah, they were excellent. They were outlet, and Fairbrother on the freeze, he was hitting them over for everywhere.
He was excellent on the freeze.
Excellent, and they took command of the game in the second half, and it was, if you were late to the game, he was asking who has the extra man here, and it's one of them. It's one of them ones that will haunt. That could haunt Upperchurch for a long, long time, because they had everything in their favour. They did the win and all.
I think you said at the time that chance in the death of the first half, I think they would have went 7-up. It was a great save by the Brackens keeper, but that will talk about the momentum shift, and that just
absolutely
Brackens going in. It's a great save. He should have buried.
And that's it. Like, lads don't realise the importance of the momentum at a certain time, because not only does it give you a lift if you score, put you 7 points out, your confidence danders through the roof. You feel like you can do anything. But for the opposition to concede that and down a man, you feel like it's the minutes tick away like seconds. It feels like if you're 7 points down, it feels like you're 10 points down, and it feels like you're playing uphill. And that save was, it was huge in the grand scheme of things, because I think had that went in, there would have been no way back for Brackens.
And look,
But
you have to say as well as that was a very soft sending off in my book. That was,
absolutely,
look, it's all that you can say it now or whatever. No, didn't cost Brackens the game, but geez, if you're
Wasn't a sent
Brackens,
off.
man,
Never.
no.
yeah,
Totally.
not in a million years, I think.
But
If
between both the linesman and the ref, the water kind of sense-realised, right, what do you see, what I see? There was not in it.
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
I
look, it
think
wasn't the only soft sending off that weekend. You see
no,
in the
no.
intermediate game as well, but two for
And
me
look,
though.
it's creeping into the game, and as a neutral watching it, yeah, it
We'll
disgusts
say
you.
that
You
though,
don't
like
want to see it, but
Diamond's creeping into GA if it's after creeping in, but it's definitely in there. Like not talking about just this game, but you do see
yeah,
it. The lads
you do see
lads
it.
getting a contact or a touch and going down like a sack of spuds.
Yeah, and I try to put myself in the player's position. No, I never took a dive like that. I'm glad to say.
Not even the
However,
goals, no?
no, I never
That's the
got.
problem.
It was the problem actually. But like going down soft to get a man sent off, I've never did it. But if you're in a situation in a must win, you've heard the saying by hook or by crook, and as a player, if I avail of a soft sending off, I'm not going to lament it. I'm not going to say, you're unlucky, you shouldn't send them off. So look, I kind of understand where a player's coming from when he has an opportunity to go down. I don't think I don't think he should give anyone an opportunity to go down, even if it's a sharp turn into a fella. Now I don't think it was a sending off at all. I don't even think he touched him. Um, Seemingly it was the linesman
Mm.
call, who I think is an excellent ref. They just got caught at this time, and it was a wrong. Now, thankfully, it didn't have an overall effect the game. The effect on the game it might have had was a negative effect to Upper Church's
But like,
attitude.
to be honest, like yeah, as it turned out, I think did they only get 2 or 3 points the second half?
That's
You
all.
know,
Very low scoring in the second half.
like Brackens has said, it rallied them.
Yeah, yeah. And look, geez, I was in the game there one in a South semi final a few years ago where a man got sent off before the end of the half, and walking out the gate, and I heard people on the sideline say, "Game is over." So like it creeps into players. It takes the edge off a small bit. They're in the dressing room. You're thinking, "Geez, we have an extra man here now." We're nearly home and host, and that's the biggest mistake you can make when you have an extra man.
Abs- yeah, absolutely. But as I said, Upper Church probably abandoned their game plan a bit, or certainly looked that way, and they just couldn't buy a score in that second half when they needed to set themselves. Brackens got the momentum and they were 3 points up then at one stage that second half and went back to 1 point. But definitely worthy winners. Stephen, on to you again. The junior intermediate then on the last Sunday week. Probably, an all right final, I suppose. Golden were underdogs there. They came on the crest of a wave, but again, Boherlahan probably had that bit stronger form throughout the championship and ran out, easy enough winners, albeit with the benefit of a couple of extra men for a finish.
Yeah, I suppose deserved winners, easy enough winners, but they probably had a shaky part there where look, when the result comes in and you win, you don't care, but it's something they probably have to address going forward. They took the foot off the gas when they were up a man, and they made hard work of it until the seconds ended off. Again, another
Another
harsh enough red card.
half dive,
As
I'd call it there now, or
yeah.
very
Look, let's
soft
call it
red.
as is. It was a dive and a soft red. Probably wasn't the red, but look, Golden evaded a bit. But look, they got it lucky in the semi final when it came to red cards. The opposition man got one. They didn't, when probably both deserved it. So look, luck comes and swings and roundabouts. So yeah, it was a poor enough foul game. I think, unfortunately for Golden, their county final probably came in the semi final, and it was, there was a little bit of a late surge, a little bit of rider overs when they were down a man. A lot of ball went through Leamy, and coming long distance for frees and things like that. But yeah, there was only going to be one winner from the outset in Boherlahan, and thoroughly deserved. They were probably one of the favourites from the start of the year, and being the favourites comes with the pressure itself. So, and look, they got a few new boys in, they settled them in, they bedded them well, so and probably had a lot of information on Golden as well, no matter what anyone says. There's no way they did it. The man wasn't tapped up for information, but look, deserved winners, and I wouldn't think anyone would say they don't deserve to be intermediate champions. And
Yeah, I
they're
was
going to
only
have
watching that before our game on the club, I know. But like I just like with 10 to go, there's only 4 in, and that extra second sending off. Boherlahan just couldn't finish them off, I thought there. But then
Yeah.
extra sending off, they finished off. Like I'm considering goal, like I think Jack Lehman scored everything by a point, didn't he? For goaling.
Yeah,
They
Sure
got very little
he
from
was
frees
like,
as well.
so,
Or sorry, they got very little from
but
play.
still, Boherlahan were still needed that little push at the end. I know there are 4 points comfortable in hurling, like we conceded 1-1 in a minute there the other night. It's like, no, it's a chick game, it's going to swing, but we have mentioned Boherlahan in this, and I said after a victory in the mid, I kind of said the one team, and they've fairly won it fairly. They've bet who they had to beat, and goal or surprise package. Like the goal lads were nearly in relegation, then in the county final, they're in dreamland, but
Yeah, you see it. It's an important day, or was an important day for Boherlahan, because you could see it from the interviews and stuff after. They don't see themselves as an intermediate club. And I don't think that's any disrespect to the intermediate clubs. When they see they're the '96 team are going out being celebrated there, they do see this championship as an important step in them kind of building their way back up to Senior A, back up to Dan Breen. So they're as Stephen said, they've strengthened with a few players there now. They have a solid underage setup as well. So, but they are into a bear pit of a championship next year now in the Seamus O'Ryan. So it'll be interesting to see how they get on.
Yeah, and it just to go back to when as Sean said, there were 4 points ahead before the second sending off, and they weren't it was kind of a humdrum kind of a situation. They weren't kicking on. They were kind of struggling. That's something they're going to have to work on now, because the standard when they go up there is going to be a lot higher. You won't be allowed to give teams 10 or 15 minutes to get a foothold in the game, or some teams now at that level especially, they'll hit a purple patch there and they could blow you out of the water. That's all. Now look, they'll say we'll worry about that going into the new season and pre-season. We'll work on that. We had a job to do this year, and they did it. And congratulations to them. Fair play.
Yeah, absolutely. Be interested to see how they get on, and I suppose they'll be replaced in intermediate by Clounty's second team. So they've been knocking around the kind of junior A county semi-final, county final, county quarter-final kind of scene for a while, and they finally broke through there. Some great moments. Declan Ryan, I think his son, he was manager and his son was playing as well. Great interview with the man of the match there. Can't think of his name. So it looked like a club that's really together.
Absolutely, yeah, and they've been knocking around. They must have about 14 West
with the
Junior A's in a row there now. It is excellent. I know, a very good team. We played them by ourselves in 2019 and right humdinger up in Banshee. So they they've been through a lot now the last couple of years, and they've a fantastic group of adult players that just keep coming back, keep working, and to get up that extra level now at intermediate level, that's going to make their whole club even better, and as Sean will tell you, they have two teams. Sean's Sarsfields are senior and premier intermediate, and that only makes everyone better. So the higher up the grade their second team is, the better they'll be again.
Absolutely. On to the big one, lads. This weekend. The replay, Sean. How are the nerves?
It's been a long 2 weeks now with first 2 draws and then losing next weekend, and now face into another game. It's a great position to be in, to take that not away. But
TG Carr again on Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah, TG Carr 3 o'clock. Just a bit of fear. It's just, I don't know, hard to put in words. But I think, like last day, looking back at it, looked at it a few times, like there's chances didn't take. Like Willie's pointing in, there's a wonder score. Jesus Christ!
Yeah, from downtown.
You wouldn't. Usually, we might get a chance to even get a winner after that. We not kind of broke our way. But it was a great game. Like the intensity from both teams, the fitness. It looked like, watching back and tell you, it looked like county final, so to speak. There was, both teams looked like they had the pace, the scoring. Like there wasn't many goal chances, but yet the finish from out the field is exceptional. Like that just doesn't happen overnight. Like they're proper sharpshooters there on both teams. But this Sunday, hopefully, whether it's right weekend, because it's on telly again, that shows that they could have picked me out of Kenny County Fine. That's on this Sunday, isn't it, as well?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that's Sunday
you've
as well.
before showing the tip one again over in Limerick on Saturday night. So well, people must have said something about it, but we'll probably line up with the same team again, I presume. Hard probably will, like, like one or two changes. Shawnee Butler came on, did play well again, so he's one player that either start or come on, and he always gives introduction there and that. Goal chance to game. If we got in for a few goal chances at times, the right pass at the right time made a difference.
One pass away. Paddy Creedon was very dangerous in there, but just couldn't click, to get everything.
Their goal then came from a break down from the middle, kind of against it again at a time where kind of maybe in the second half getting on top. That's how clinical goals are. So if anything, it'll be goals by our thing, but hopefully it'll be a humdinger again, and hopefully my voice will be gone come not this time next week or maybe week after.
We go live. We might be going live to Thurles on a Monday morning. Stephen, your thoughts on the first game as well? It was nip and tuck, wasn't it? I don't think Kiladangan ever got ahead in the game. Open the correction on that. But it was always harsh. They just couldn't shake him off.
Yeah, I won't correct you on that either because I don't. It's hard to follow the score when the match was so good. I thought it was. Honestly, I thought it was an excellent game of hurling. Had physicality, the fit, the pace, the intensity, stick work, and hurling. And what maybe I was looking for it, but what I found brilliant in that match was there was an awful lot of high fielding. We're giving out down the years in Tipperary that we don't have enough high fielders. I thought the high fielding was exceptional at times in the game. And we had a couple of weeks ago, I think was it the quarterfinals or semi-finals, they were on telly, Drum and Sars, and we thought, Jesus, this is going to be the one to show the whole of the country how good Tip Championship is. And it was a damn squib, but this match was on telly, and the whole of the country see how good the Tipperary Championship is. And I thought it was an excellent advertisement for hurling. It was exceptional, and that drawn point from Willie Connors was excellent. But there was so many brilliant individual displays on show within the collective of the team. How hard they work for each other. Like, it wasn't no just ridiculous, stupid Hail Marys up in the sky and hope for the best. There was a design to both teams' way of playing, and there's an execution to it. I know we kind of ended up with deep line sixes, and Willie O'Connor, you could say, probably came in, when he came in there, could just drop back to it. But I don't think any of the two teams went out to play a default sweeper. They went at it. There were some scores from all over the field, and I think it was, if we can get half as good a game the next day, we're in for a treat.
As I was watching it there, you'd actually realise how good some of these guys are. And Kiladangan in particular maybe didn't work out for a few of them at county level. Like so maybe Billy Seymour and the Flynns, Alan and Paul as well. Jesus, excellent hurlers, like the heartbeat of that team as well. I think it was Paul got 1-3 or something.
Paul got 1-3, Alan got, I think, a point, but I think they had low scores over the field. Just think of Kiladangan, they're fantastic hurlers, like club level. They always put it in, anytime play them. The main lads stand up, Flynn, O'Mara, Gallagher as well. Like, these lads do week in, week out, and if they want to move an off day, they haven't really slot in, and even in that game, I think it was 11 times we're level. It was a draw 10 or 11 times in that game as well. Like, so that kind of showed how nip and tuck it was. It was point here, point there. But as Stephen said there, it was both teams didn't go out to play like the sweeper and the style, but then it kind of set up for a tactical game. It was in taking our scores and having to work a score. It wasn't the case of get a ball in corner back and hoof as long as he can, to find a forward running. So fitness levels had to be impeccable then to keep up that kind of game for both teams throughout.
Yeah, and the fitness level showed right to the end of the game. Like, there was no, you're watching that game, and like an inter-county game, you're not looking at two teams getting tired the last 10 minutes. It's just the intensity was from the minute go, from the first whistle to the last whistle, and it's a credit to both sets of players and management to be in that kind of condition, at club level. It was fantastic. And a lot of, as I said, the county scene mightn't have worked out for the Flynns and things, but they're fantastic hurlers at club level, where, look, county level has probably gone to 6'4" monsters who don't necessarily need to puck the ball. I don't know the Limerick midfielder will have done ever puck a ball in at inter-county level. They're gone to big athletes nowadays, but these lads are just fantastic hurlers, and very happy to see Billy Seymour probably after maybe a slow start, we could say, to really, really, to the fore. And the same with young Hayes. Like, we're looking at these lads and we're thinking, are they going to make the step up? Are they going to fulfill their potential and play senior hurling for Tipperary? And when you're performing like that, same with the wing back, I'm not too sure. I can't think of his name, is slipping me now. He had a red helmet for Kiladangan. I thought he was at number 7. I thought he had an excellent game for Kiladangan. And like all the SARS lads, the lads that you expect to do the business are doing the business. And I can't think of, it was one of the McCormicks. He got a really, really bad pass right in front of the goals, hit to the ground right in front of him. But the quickness in how he snapped and recovered the ball was, you're looking at that and you're thinking, we're in really good fettle here in Tipperary if that's the stand, if those lads are setting the standard for us this year, at club level.
So I think it'll be another tight game on Sunday. Stephen, call it. For me, it's we know what Sean's going to say, but for me, maybe there's a bit more improvement in Kiladangan, but I don't want to rock the boat too much.
Well, I'm going to,
Saturdays don't do replays.
But they'll have to start doing them. No, I'm going to give it to Sarsfields. The familiarity with Semple Stadium down the years. I think the weight of expectation on a Sarsfields player, every year, even through the quieter years, is huge. So I think they'll probably deal with the semi-final a little bit better. Now, that could be complete bullshit as well. So, but I'm going to give this a slight nod to Sarsfields.
No problem, Sean. I won't put you under pressure there.
SARS and penalties.
Be great. The winners play Clonlara now in Clare, isn't it? Clare champions.
It's a home, I think it's a home fixture 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, so look, that's winnable. There's a few Sharks in Munster as well. It would be good. I suppose it validate the championship that bit extra if a tip team could go and kind of compete well in Munster as well. So look, you see, as I said, the Limerick final is on in the Pierce and Patrickswell. That's on, I think, Saturday evening.
RT
as well.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so
that's with the rugby, isn't it? I think.
Is that? Yeah, sure. That ended a few weeks ago. So look, Waterford's done a few months at this stage now, with Batty Gunner and Cork has done last week as well. So I mean, the club scene is, we do say split seasonal, but like it is October, like a lot of it does kind of, mid-October, a lot of clubs are finished and stuff. So, and it does leave a bit of space for the under-21, which is kicking off on all their lovely 4G pitches around the county at the moment. So, and the Harty games as well.
Yeah, putting our GoFundMe together, get a few pictures up. I say.
Yeah, the lads on the socials are kind of fishing for a Connacht style dome and all. So, why stop there? I think Clonmel would be a great location, lads. County town.
I look, I'd agree with you. I know we're joking, but I said this a few years ago on the forum there. We need 2 centres in Tipperary. We need one for the north half of the county and one for the south half of the county. You could just see the success of. Look, I know they had horse money funding, but the success of Feathertown Park has been unbelievable, and the facilities there are just incredible. We're in a stage now where even in the summer, probably have our worst summer in a long, long time, and the fields are taking a battering. There's so much work now putting into the grounds, into people's feet, into clubs' fields and the grounds, and the money raised from. Clubs not willing now to let the fields get all dug up and be destroyed, and with months and months and months of recovery, and you don't blame them either. It's getting harder and harder to play games, especially with the amount of games that are on with all the age grades, and if they put this one off to the end of the under-21s. I can't ever remember playing under-21 when I was young lad this late in the year. It always felt like we were playing in the summertime. But the way hurling has gone now, it's gone so late in the year. we need to look at huge investment. How it's done, I don't know, but we need to look at huge investments where access to these clubs are not access to these fields for games are not out of a club's reach. Like you don't have to travel an hour and a half to play a match, but it's badly needed. And even if they just start with one, get one up and running and get these games, and it's something that needs to be done. It's not a problem for the next year or two. Or it's not a solution for the next year or two. It's a solution for the next 20, 30 years, 40 years.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And, it is going to be a joined up approach needed. Not only, is there more playing GA, but we also have our two kind of sister associations with the Camogie and the LGFA is booming in popularity as well. So there's going to be nearly every club is going to need more space, more facilities, and at different times of the year. So like you are going to see these, I suppose, like the Leopardstown tennis courts on the side of the M50, you are going to see these kind of temporary structures and stuff, the domes mushroom up around the country, I think. And it's about having as you said, Stephen, that they're not too far away from anyone, and that they are affordable to clubs and they are available. So the football as well, lads.
Oh,
commercials goal level, number 21. So
14 or all, like
set another bigger prizes, but it's a good game though on Sunday.
I'd say for all the young lads listening to the podcast now, when you mentioned that they're only going level on county titles with Feathered, I said that mine must be blown, because mine was when I first heard the stats. Commercial's a relatively new club that they're only catching Feathered now, and Feathered have been out of the loop now a long time. But no, look, Feathered, our commercials they've been fantastic. They're just a juggernaut, and they're probably going to hit 32 titles now in the next 10 years. So they hit number 32, and it's hard to see where they're going to be stopped. You might get them on an old, probably get them in the small field in Clonmel if you're lucky, and
that's a good place they'll ever be, because no team will give them a home quarter-final or semi-final.
You might be better off.
The big field in Clonmel is safe.
Because when you play them on a big field, they're going to destroy you. So you're probably better off playing them in a 13-a-side field.
Wait, down to the Zavin Park. Be a nice game for you now with your sole ownership.
We don't play football in the lab.
What's the draw from Munster with Clonmel? How are they shaping that?
Jeez, I think it's Limerick champions up first, and then Kerry champions. But that might be completely wrong now. To be honest, look, to kind of summarize the game, it was a golden game. I think it all hinged Bracken's black card about 14, 15 minutes in. Commercials just ran in 2 goals, one straight off kick out there, and it was just done. It was kind of had a challenge match feel after that. Then Commercials were always able to kind of keep the 9, 10, 11 points. So true, Bracken's, I think it was a 21-point beating on the first final they were in, and I think that was about 14 points or so at the weekend. So it just shows the golfing level at times when Commercials do turn it on, that you're going to be at your absolute best to beat them. And Bracken's, we talk about them, the sheer relief of getting the hurling win. They probably didn't sit down to look at that match properly till maybe Monday or Tuesday. And you're coming off that high, you have to kind of knuckle down. A lot of jobs. Mikey Quinlivan, I don't think he got the man of the match in the end, but he was excellent. Kind of because havoc off that wing forward. Shawnee O'Connor, a couple of goals as well. Great to see, because he's great talent. And
Bracken's missing a lad, Murphy, no? One of our better players, no? Not broke his finger.
Not sure now, to be honest.
Was one lad.
Selected, but Commercials were missing Jack Kennedy, who'd be one of their star men. But as well, lads, Jesus, the senior finals maybe a bit of a dance game, but if you want to restore your faith in football, go and watch the last 10 minutes of the Grangemockler and Aherlow intermediate final. I think it's on Clover there. It was just crazy brilliant. It was great crack. Because I was pulling a bit for Grangemockler, because they've been knocking at the door a bit, and they had a penalty basically to win the game. A couple of minutes left. Keeper saves it. Then chance of a rebound, misses it. Then did I think it was a 45, win it again. Misses it, doesn't even get close. Concede, Aherlow go down the field. Barry Grogan was after tying it up level before that with real difficult free straight over the black spot. Then again, probably the last kick of the game, Barry Grogan, very difficult free to chance winning the game. And, never caught it in fairness, and I was delighted because, it means they get a replay. But Jesus, it was just, and I think that there was a black card and a sending off, in that time frame as well. Aherlow had a man sent off, second yellow. So like, geez, it was all happening.
Bedlam for a while. Looked at back on Twitter. Yeah, it's bedlam there. It's just how his scores are going in, how lads, what's going on? Like, it's end
lads out on their feet as well.
It was you could see lads run the ball and then half kicking it. But that's excitement. Like, some lads say the skill wasn't there in that, but geez, that was from either team here. You definitely pulled out watching that.
When the penalty was given, what was left in the game, and was it level at that stage? Do I have that correct?
Yeah, I think it was level, wasn't it? And it was about a minute in normal time.
It was level with a penalty, and I missed the match. I had to go away the weekend, but I know the goal absolutely makes sure of it. But you can't help but think, with a 14-yard kick, minutes ago.
I should say though, Stephen, he was after burying a penalty of 5 minutes before that to put him 2 points up. That was the right penalty.
I know
what you're saying.
And I've seen 14 yards kicks missed over the bar as well.
But being Grangemockler, like, if they just took
they don't do things the easy way, all right.
I suppose you have to grasp it, don't you?
Yeah, they live to fight another day as well, and they'll I see the interview with Shane Comfort afterwards, and they're happy to have another crack at it, and they're confident enough going into it. So, like as Sean said, look, the skill set obviously wasn't the same as senior, but if you're going to go to a football match, you want excitement at least. I was down in Clarny the weekend, and I went on the Sunday. I went into the Clarny to Fisher Stadium to watch East Kerry and Rathmore, and I just wanted to see the Cliffords in action. And everything I needed to see, I saw in 20 minutes, and after that, then it was, like it wasn't exciting. So I wouldn't go to the next game, if you get me. But if Aherlow and Grangemockler are going to give us that kind of excitement, like, I'd be inclined to go to the next game now because of what happened in the first game. And
exactly, there'll be more tune into it now.
Like absolutely.
Live as well. But that holds for hurling as well. Like, hurling we have up on a pedestal as well. But the way the inter-county game has gone, the kind of basketball scores and all that. Like, it's something we have to watch. People love a contest.
Yeah, and you want people coming away talking about the game.
Yeah, maybe that's why the Tip Championship has been so successful as well, because you're going to get, the tight games, kind of, the good rivalries kind of coming together and stuff.
Yeah, that's it exactly. And we want people talking about games. Like, our group was hopping there after the Grangemockler game. With everything what happened, the drama, and they're only out the road, so all the boys would know the lads that are playing. And it probably bring a bigger crowd now to the next game. And I watched the trilogy with Clonmel a few years back. The brother there was 3 Dabmen involved at the time, so we didn't have a football at that time. So our 3 lads
never mind a football team, I'd say.
And the trilogy, like, so they're involved in absolute classics, and you'd like to see him get over the line in one of them. Like, Aherlow are 40 miles away from me, so I wouldn't have much, but you'd like to see Grangemockler get over the line and get up to the senior where they've been striving to get to for a long, long time now.
Absolutely. Look, it's a very competitive senior football championship. I think they're heading for as well. The relegation. Arravale survived relegation, if I'm right. Arravale survived.
Golden, was it?
Yeah, Golden went down, didn't they?
I think that's what it, yeah.
Golden went down in intermediate. Golden stayed up in intermediate. Colin was on spitting over few decisions, but yes, Clonmel go down. Is it junior A, intermediate, or whatever? I'm not even taking the piss saying that, but I think Arravale stayed up in the senior. So look, I think there's another few teams to go down next year as well. So again, it's good, probably, in the medium term, tighten up those structures. More competitive games, more teams kind of playing each other. And commercials, yeah, they're out ahead at the moment, but I still think it's a tight enough group and in behind them.
Yeah, there's not many lot of teams behind. Even this year, we saw the intermediate, like, we'll be a football club, and Dave Rattle, and lads came together and We weren't miles away in the end, poor second half, and the game already cost us. But like other than that, like I do say, they're going to condense it down, less teams. And, like you'll find their grade then, and they give you competitive games like what we saw there with Grangemockler and Aherlow. That's kind of what you want, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah. And while we're on the football there, before we leave, congratulations to the Commercials Junior B football team for winning the South Final as well. That was a
Don't
nice one.
mention that now. I've stopped getting the call now. You know you're screwed when you're retired out of Junior B football. You stop getting the calls. So. Yeah, no, fair play. I couldn't. That was played on a wet night out in Dundas, so you know they got a few right lads in. So fair play to them there. Another weekend of it, lads. Great to see all the scenes from the county finals and stuff. All the Monday clubs going on around the country. Look, we did have a bit of fracas there with a referee involved again. You know, the tempers raging in the Leinster Championship, but most of the stories have been great. You know, we're seeing teams bridge 20, 40 year gaps and all the rest of it. Fathers and sons nearly playing with each other. Johnny Doyle, I see they're 45 years old. So look, it just shows how much the club means. You know, whatever the grade, you know, it's great to see, you know, joyous scenes if you're winning a Junior B or a Junior D compared to like a county. Like it's great for the players involved.
Yeah, there's the negative is tiny. Like, that's all. The only thing I really see negative is that pushing the ref. Other than that, there's been nothing. It's had their controversy. You know, for all the finals that have been on, like, you know.
Another scoreboard malfunction today in the Harty, but
lads, keep your own score on the sideline.
Yes, we said that a few times on this pod. Keep your own scores.
Premier View pod life lessons.
Writing on a spare hurley, just bring a pen and write on the hurley. Some young hurley now would have scores on it for a couple of games and he goes to use it.
Absolutely.
Between helping teams and giving teams motivation and helping referees now, we need to start getting commission off this.
That's next year. We'll monetize the next year. Don't worry. Right, lads, thanks a million. Good luck, Sean. Best of luck at the weekend. Best of luck to the Tours and Kiladangan.